guys, it's Hot Mess Mama. It's Friday. It's Friday and it's quiet. Can you hear the quiet? Can you just breathe it in? Breathe it in. I feel like the luckiest woman on the planet today, and I'm going to tell you why. I've got like a million reasons why I'm like the luckiest woman on the planet today. I have like a million reasons why I'm the luckiest woman on the planet today. I am so like peeing in your pants, like excited about how beautiful this day is that I'm almost afraid that I'm gonna get hit by a truck because stuff just is just too good today, right? Okay, so lots of really good stuff that happened today. My mom is overseas, she lives overseas, and she is finally out of the hospital. She's been in the hospital for like 3 weeks. So that's huge, huge relief on my part because she's out of the hospital and because I've been so worried about her because I can't go to be there with her. So, whew, yay, mom's in the hospital, yay! And I have another friend who got some very, very good positive news from a cancer scan today. And so I've been praying really hard that the news was gonna be beautiful and wonderful, and it was. So we're really, really excited about that. It's a sunny day, it's a Friday. I've got wine and I've got cookie dough. Get this is like the trifecta. My husband has got some job offers. That's also another huge kudos, like some really good job offers. We're really excited about that. Don't know which one we're gonna go for yet, but that's also some like amazingly awesome news. And my husband actually, as a treat, had to go back, and I'm here at the beach. My husband, as a treat to me, went back into Greenville, you know, where we're from, because he had to take care of some stuff at the house, and he took the kids with him. What? I know you're saying mind blown, right? Yes. My husband took my 2 kids with him an hour and a half away back to the town to take care of his stuff. And he may or may not come home tonight with them. I may be able to go to sleep tonight without a baby monitor. I may be able to go to sleep tonight without kids banging on the door. I may be able to go to sleep tonight and not have to wake up to them jumping on me at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I may be able to just watch whatever I want to on TV. I could watch porn tonight if I wanted to. People, this is amazing. I feel like, and get this, trifecta, because I had some time to myself, I actually got a shower. Like, look at this, showered hair. I know it's wet, but it's showered, it's clean. It's not greasy, it's clean. Showered, shaved, people, shaved, shaved, and shaved, and shaved, and shaved, and brush my teeth, people. Brush my teeth. I even have deodorant on and my fancy workout, fancy t-shirt dress. I feel like I need to go out. And that's the problem, is that like I'm thinking to myself, I might actually take myself out to dinner tonight. But that would require me driving. And I don't know if that's the safest thing to do, especially after I do this wine tasting. But so excited to have you guys here. Tell me all about all the great things that are happening to you this week or on this Friday. Tell me all about all the great things that happened, because you know what? It's Friday and we don't have to remember all the crap that happened Monday through Thursday, because that's behind us. We are celebrating today, people. And if you need to talk about something that isn't so great, tell us, because we'll help you commiserate. But I'm all about the whoop whoop. Can I get a whoop whoop? Yep. It's cookie dough, it's wine, it's Friday. Has your husband ever done that for you? Has your husband ever been like, you know what, I'm just gonna take the kids away for a while and let you have like an hour or something? Like, but for me to have like a couple of hours to myself without the responsibility of kids, or just being on that like hyper alert where you're just like, even when your kids are like, oh, you can just park in front of a TV, yeah, but you still are hyper alert. They're still coming to you telling you that they need you to wipe their butt, or that they need a snack, or they need help reading something on the video game screen, or they need help with Netflix, like, or with the book, or with coloring, or something. Like, they always need something, right? And when you're quiet, that's almost even scarier, because you're like, oh, what are they into? What are they doing, right? And then you find out, like my daughter, who sticks stickers all over everything, or my son, who likes to put boogers all over everything at this point in time. So, you know, or they're terrorizing the dog or whatever. But you know what? They're not doing that now. And you know what? I'm so used to like having to walk around my house or my condo and like have to constantly be picking up after them, right? I don't have to pick up anything because nobody's tossing anything. I don't have to cook anything. I need to shut up and start drinking some wine is what I need to do. Okay, so people, did you see in my post? Cookie dough. I know that a lot of people kind of feel, not a lot, but there's some people that are of the school of, oh, you can't eat cookie dough. There's raw eggs in there and that's not healthy. That could get you sick. Well, you know what? I'm from the school of, it's worth it. Okay, so I have been eating, I used to eat cookie dough for my mom. Like I used to eat it out of the bowl and I used to lick the batter, you know, from the beaters and everything when I was a kid. And then they started to come out with like the refrigerated cookie dough, right? Where we would just eat it right out of the tube. That's my favorite. That's the nostalgic, like eat it out of the tube stuff, right? But now they make it in like tubs for the people who are just like the hardcore, need to have a lot of cookie dough in the big tubs. And they even make it in the break and bake where it's like it's all like portioned out and you literally just break the pieces off and stick it on a cookie tray. There's like no excuses. You should be able to make at least 18 of them, right? 18 cookies on a break and bake. And this stuff, like you can freeze it and it's like lasts forever. It's awesome. I love all of the fact that you can like freeze this and like portion control it out when you are having a really rough day and you need to just have some cookie dough, right? Do you know they even have gluten-free? Like Pillsbury even has a gluten-free variety. I'm not gluten-free, but like I can see that would be important because I don't know if I could survive gluten-free without cookie dough. But so I am going to dive right into this because and how do you eat your cookie dough? I like mine, I don't like mine cold. Like I don't like mine like solid. I kind of like it mushy and room temperature warm. So slosh it around in my mouth a little bit. I've been waiting for this all day. And do you like your chocolate chip cookies with semi-sweet chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate? I have to taste this with the Riesling. This is the first one, Riesling, people. Tasty. So, are you like, what's your favorite part of it? Is it the dough part that you like the best? Or is it the chocolate chip part that you like the best? Like, it's, you know, what part of, like, could you just eat the dough part and like forget, like, I don't like chocolate chip cookies that have a whole lot of chocolate chips in them. I kind of like the dough. I'm kind of like I like the doughy part of the cookie the best. That's where the brown sugar and the butter is. Bring it on, butter, brown sugar. I have another sip of my Riesling white wine. So, yes, I do like the dough part better. What do you like better? Do you like the chocolate chip part or do you like the dough part, right? And then there's the different kinds of chocolates you can put in. The white chocolate chips, the dark chocolate chips, semi-sweet, milk chocolate, you know, sugar-free. I personally would like the milk chocolate I prefer the milk chocolate chips, but I will do a semi-sweet. But I'm not a big dark, my husband was a chocolatier and he thinks I'm like the Antichrist because I don't like dark chocolate. And he thinks, oh my gosh, how could you eat milk chocolate? Milk chocolate is just full of like butter and fat. There's no real cocoa in there. Like the higher the cocoa content, that's when they can call it like, you know, semi-sweet or dark chocolate or, you know, whatever. But I like myself a white chocolate chip cookie with macadamias now, but like tried and true, regular old chocolate chip cookies are the bomb, diggity doo. But like, then there's all sorts of other inclusions that you can put in your chocolate chip cookies, right? Like you can put nuts in them. You can put toffee bits in them. Like what other stuff do you put in your chocolate chip cookies? Is there something else that you put? That's like you can put peanut butter in your chocolate chip cookies. But that means I'm just a purist right now. I'm feeling like I just need this tube of Pillsbury chocolate chip cookie dough, room temperature. That's how I'm feeling right now. But I also kind of like the chocolate chip cookies that have the mini morsels, more so than the big morsels, because I don't like to have big chunks of chocolate in my mouth. I like the little minis, and especially when you're making cookies for your little ones, because I feel like that's our way of like giving them a little bit of chocolate, but not so much that it's too much sugar. Okay, that's me justifying me giving my kids chocolate chip cookies. But do you have like, did your mom have like a chocolate chip cookie recipe, or is there one in your family that's like been around forever that my nose is running, I must have an allergy or something going on, that your mom or your grandmother or somebody in your family had that was just like the pride of the family, with this awesome cookie recipe? I had a friend that had like a monstrous, awesome oatmeal cookie recipe. I love oatmeal cookies too, but I don't know. The dough's good too. Like I could literally eat any kind of cookie dough you put in front of me. And I think there's like it's like a restaurant or something in New York where you literally can go and just like eat all these different kinds of cookie doughs that they provide for you, which I think is pretty awesome. I would definitely go there. Or like chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, right? I like it. I'm not a huge fan of it because again, the chocolate chip cookie nuggets are kind of hard, and I kind of lose the flavor. I feel like they're chalky, right? Does that feel like, is that right? A good description, chalky? But okay, so all those that are like afraid of the egg thing. There are recipes that you can make that are egg-free chocolate chip cookie dough. So if you really do want to have a fixed chocolate chip cookie dough, but you don't want to eat the eggs, there are recipes that are egg-free. And I included one in my blog, and I'll give you the link again here, but when we're done with this, but I did a blog posting on chocolate chip cookie dough. And in there I included 3 recipes. One was egg-free chocolate chip cookie dough. The other was like a protein, high protein, like a healthier version of a cookie dough. So that, like, you know, for those that are really into fitness and wellness, I'm not that person right now, but you know, I can be, I am, but just not right now. But there's that recipe in there. And then there is a recipe in there for chocolate chip cookie dough dip. And I'm sure you've been at a party that's had it, especially in the holidays. And it's basically like a dip that's made with chocolate chips and brown sugar and butter and cream cheese. There's no eggs in it. And then you like dip in like pretzels or graham crackers or what have you. I don't know. But there's just something about the salty and the sweet of a chocolate chip cookie, right? Okay, so Riesling. Riesling's a sweet kind of German wine. Now, in previous Facebook Lives that I've done, we have learned that when you're tasting wines, and especially when you're eating with chocolate, like if you're eating with like a rich chocolatey dessert or a chocolate itself, like a chocolate, you know, comes out of a heart box chocolate, that you should be, everyone says, or not everyone, but like the tendency is, okay, it's a darker chocolate, you go with a darker wine. So I've read lots of schools of thought that you go, if it's a darker chocolate, you drink it with a darker wine. So if it's a bitter chocolate, you like bittersweet, you know, pure chocolate, dark chocolate, you do it with a darker red, richer wine. And if it's more towards the middle, like a milk chocolate, you do that with a lighter wine, like a Merlot. And then if it's like a white chocolate, you do it with a white wine, right? So that was one school of thought. That's what I initially learned. But then I did some more research and found that they're like, no, don't do red wines with chocolate. Like, why does everyone think red wines have to go with chocolate? They don't. The better wines to go with chocolate are the sweet wines that complement them. So you want your chocolate to be enhanced by a sweeter wine. So you're gonna want like a Riesling or a Gewürztraminer, or these white wines that are light and really fruity and really sweet, or champagnes or Proseccos that have that really sweet afterbite. So because the theory is that you want to have a sweet wine to complement the chocolate or even be sweeter than the chocolate, versus a red wine that would kind of kill the sweetness and overpower the sweetness. Honestly, I don't care. I'll drink whatever you put in front of me. Do you have a preference? Like, when you're eating chocolate, do you say, oh, what do you normally reach for? Do you reach for a red, a white, a sparkling? What do you reach for? Basically, I will reach for whatever is out on my counter. And right now, this is another beautiful thing about not having my kids here. I kind of feel like I'm at the spa. I feel like I'm in a hotel. You know why? Because I can shower with my television on, and I can have the door open or close it and not have to worry about children. I can close the door and not worry about having to hear, like, listen for kids breaking things. Or I can leave the door wide open and not have to worry about them running in and, like, you know, tearing me apart in the shower. So it is just, and I can walk around and do whatever. I don't have to pick up anything, and I can be sloppy, and it doesn't matter because I don't have to set examples for anybody. Okay, so that's the Riesling. Has your husband ever or partner ever done anything really like nice for you? Like, this is a big deal for me. Like, it's not like he wouldn't do it before, but like we've never really had the opportunity. Like, I've finally, in this condo that we have at the beach, and it's not so relaxing. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been in the same position where you like have a beach place or a river place or a lake home or a vacation home somewhere, or you're just going on vacation and you think, oh great, I get time to relax. It's not relaxing because you're constantly bathing kids, lathering them full of suntan lotion, you know, making sure they're safe, gotta watch them in the ocean, gotta watch them in the pool, like gotta cook the meals, gotta clean, you know. So it's not very relaxing for the mother, right? So that's kind of how it is for me. But like now that they're not here, I kind of feel it's quiet. I can watch whatever I watch on TV. I can eat whatever I want to. I can leave, I have 3 glasses here. 2 glasses of red wine sitting right here on the table. I don't have to worry about a munchkin coming in here and knocking them on the floor, or on my ridiculously stupid purchase of a beige couch. I had a friend come with me when I was buying all the furniture for my condo. She knew I had 2 kids. She's laughing at me right now because she's like, I should have told her she should not have bought a beige couch. A beige couch. What the hell was I thinking? A beige couch. And it's fabric. Fabric. My kids are going to destroy this couch. Seriously, you should see me at like mealtime. I'm like, stay off it. They're like shoving spaghetti in their face. And I'm like, don't touch the couch. Because like our dinner table is like right on the other side of this couch. And I'm like, if you jump on the furniture, touch the furniture, get anywhere near the furniture right now, I'm going to flip my schnizzle. Let's just say we've had more than one episode of me with the scrub brush and some OxiClean. Okay, so the theory of the sweet white wine going with the chocolate, I think that's legit. I think the Riesling was a good one. And this was a Biltmore. Like, I'm from North Carolina. And I don't know if any of you know about this, but there's a city towards the mountains called Asheville. And Asheville is the Biltmore estate. You've heard of Biltmore. Yeah, well, this is the Biltmore estate. It's this gigantor mansion that's up there. And it's so like luxurious and rich and gaudy and gorgeous. And you have to pay like $50 just to get in to see it. And at Christmas time, it's like dripping with Christmas jewels and Christmas trees. It's like supposedly beautiful, but I could never afford to get in. And they also have a winery. And so they produce their own wines. I have purchased the Biltmore wine before, but I've never drank it. This is the Biltmore Riesling. It's tasty. It's not very expensive. And I don't know if you can get it anywhere besides in North Carolina, but I got it at my grocery store, my Walmart. I don't even remember, but it's probably a $10 to $15 bottle Riesling. So working our way from lights to darks, lighters to richer. I am moving now on to sparkling red. Like, yes, did you know that there are sparkling reds? Who knew it? She knew it. Your resident alcoholic. So yes, there are sparkling reds, and they are typically sweet. So like you can look for them in your grocery store, but like you won't find them. There's like no name for them. It's just sparkling red. So it's not like a specific grape or anything like that. You won't find them in the reds. Even though it's a red sparkling, you won't find them with the Pinot Noirs or the Merlots or the Shiraz. You won't find them with the red wines. You'll find them with the other sparkling wines, like the Proseccos, the Champagnes, the sparkling wines. And it'll kind of randomly have like 1 or 2 little sparkling reds. It's usually like a blend of some sweet red grapes with a sparkle to it, a little frizzant for the sparkle. So I found a bottle at my local Food Lion, which is one of our grocery stores here in the South. And although they say it's red, it's kind of more of a pink, but it's really pretty. And this one is from Italy, and it's about a $16, $17 bottle. And I think they called it a Prosecco. So I think what that means is because it's red, they call it rosso, and Italian is red, so it's a Prosecco. So it's a red Prosecco. And Prosecco is just a fancy way of saying an Italian sparkling wine. So this is quite tasty. I've never had a sparkling red Prosecco. It is sweet, but it does have the afterbite of a red. Like, it's sweet like a sweet Prosecco, but it has a little, I don't even know how to explain it. You need to go and get one. Like I said, it's like a $15 bottle of wine. So, splurge. So, this is a big honk and bite right here. So y'all need to tell me a little bit more about what you've been up to this week. So, I'm thinking to myself, whatever this cookie dough might be left over, should I eat it raw, or should I actually cook some cookies? Because they're really good when they're right out of the oven with a big tall glass of milk. Well, I find this interesting because this is a sparkling, it's got the bubbles, right? So the bubbles kind of cut the butter and the sugar and the sweetness, they kind of cut it. I don't know if I like it or I don't. I kind of want the butter and the sugar and the sweetness just to coat my mouth. But this just kind of cleanses it all right down. Kind of like scrubbing bubbles. You know, scrubbing bubbles. Not gonna keep me from drinking it though. I'll definitely keep drinking it. Alright, good job. So, school's starting next week, well, for us people. And some of you are on this weird, like, full year, like all year round cycles. Some of your kids are already back in school. We'll be going back next Friday. And as you saw from my previous Facebook Live this week, yeah, I am like licking every crevice out of the spoon. I'm meeting that with mixed emotions. Because I'm like really excited for my kids to go to school because I really just want a break. I'm also kind of sad that they're going back to school because I still want to like suck up every little moment with them because as they age, they're not going to want to spend any time with me. And my daughter's going to be going to full-time school for the first year. She's 3 and her school now is offered a full-day program. So she's going to be a full-day school. My son's going to be full-day school. And most moms would be like, raise the roof, people. And I kind of am, but at the same time, I'm like, that's just one step farther away they are growing for me. And I'm thinking, should I go back to work? Like, you know, my husband's going back to work, hopefully soon, with these job offers that he has. But should I go back to work? I'd really like to go back to work full time, right? I love doing what I do. I love my job. I love my career so much. But like, is this the right time? Like, when is the right time? When's the right time to go back to work? When was it the right time for you to go back to work? I don't know, but like, I feel like I don't know what my husband's new job is going to hold for him and how much he's going to be required to be away from home. So I want to give my kids all the attention that they are going to need. But at what point are they going to become self-sufficient enough for me to go back to work? No, see, that's what my job, my career requires a lot of travel. So unless my husband's around to care for them at night, I really can't go back to work. I don't know. I love my job, but I really do love my kids. Most of the time. I do love them. So I love them. I love them very much. Okay. So do we even want to look at like, no, we don't even want to look at, don't even look at this part. Just like cut this part off. Don't even look at, don't even look at the nutritional information on here because it's a Friday and it's a good Friday. There might be cookie dough on the floor. I don't care. I don't care. I could have eaten a booger for all I know. Could have eaten a booger for all I know because, as you know, my son is in his, I'm into picking my nose and putting boogers all over the place. Okay, so, yeah, that was the Prosecco. I'm going to taste this now with the Red Zinfandel. Now, I don't understand why it's so hard to find Red Zinfandel in this grocery store. We don't have a lot of wine stores out here. Because we're more like beer and barbecue people, but I mean country. So I don't know why I can't find more of that varietal of wine. Like, why can't I find more Red Zinfandel? I can find a boatload of like Shiraz and Merlot and Pinot Noir. Cannot find a whole lot of Zinfandel, and I don't know what the Red Zinfandel is, and I don't know what the deal is with that. But I found one. Even like I have, you guys know, like my mom got me, my dad actually before he died. Hold on, hold please. Truly and honestly, you know people that I prefer whites, but I think that red, that Zinfandel is my favorite with this chocolate chip cookie dough. So, you know, and that's a perfect, we are a perfect test sample. Like, don't listen to what the critics say about what tastes best and what doesn't taste best. Do what you do. Like, do your wines, people. Like, whatever makes you happy, whatever tastes good to you, because everyone has different flavors, different tastes, different palates. I kind of really like that. I'm not a huge red wine drinker. I'm not a huge red wine fan either. Like, I'll always go for my first would be sparkling, second would be a white, and third would be a red. But I'm really kind of liking that pairing of the red Zinfandel, which is incredibly hard for me to find in a grocery store, which I don't really understand. So like I said, my dad has, my dad before he died, he got me this, annual wine subscription where like every, other month I get a case of wine. He was a wine enthusiast, taught me a ton. And so I get these, and then he died. My mom continues the tradition of renewing my subscription. So I get these huge like cases of wine. Like I probably have 4 cases of wine that I haven't even fully tapped into back at home. But they're like obscure wines, like, I don't know, Verdejos and Riojas, and like not obscure wines, but like, international wines that like moms like you and I would be like, what the hell is that, right? Who just joined? Please tell me who you are. Please say hello. Oh, now you're gone. You joined and said, I'm not down with it. Okay, well, whatever. Screw you. I'm having some cookie dough. More for me. Yeah. Kind of liking that. Yeah, I am. So, yeah. So my husband keeps yelling at me. He's like, you have 4 cases of wine in the house. Why can't you use one of those for your wine tastings? I said, well, you know what? I don't think my moms in my audience, if they're anything like me, which I know they are not going to have these random blends, varietals, like in their wine cellars or in their local Walmarts or local Kroger's or Jewel Oscos. They're not going to have them. Like I want to drink wines that my friends are going to be drinking, right? So that means I have an awful lot of wine to drink. And my husband gets a new job, well, when he accepts a new job, and we are going to end up relocating. I have a feeling we're going to have a great big old party, and we're going to be we're going to invite a lot of people over and drinking a whole lot of wine. So, yeah. Hopefully you live local. Hopefully you live local. Okay, so I feel like oh, wait. See? Way too many chocolate chips, but that's okay. I'll take one for the team. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself tonight. I think I'm going to do nothing. I really did think about going out and having dinner by myself. But that's kind of creepy. I'm kind of like in a vacation town. Well, it's summer. It's a vacation spot. It's really good. For a lot of renters and stuff. So, I don't want to be like the lonely old woman sitting at the bar by herself in vacation land, trying to figure out how she's going to get home. But at the same time, you know what? I'm going to have kids. So like, what would you do if you had a night carte blanche, like all to yourself? Would you go out? Like, that means I have to put on makeup, which I don't think I even have in my house, right, in my condo right now. I would probably have to put on a makeup of something. Maybe even do my hair. I don't know if I'm down with having to go through all that. And then I'd have to drive myself there, which means I probably would need to wait a while for this alcohol to subside in my system. And then I would have to find a spot at the bar by myself because all the tables are going to be full of families. And I pay a lot of money for food. Probably drink some and then have to find my way home, but not drive home because I don't want to have to drive home. There is one restaurant that isn't within walking distance of my house. It's not super close. It's probably a good half a mile to a mile. But I'm thinking that might be okay. But I really don't want to be eating by myself. And I eat by myself all the time when I'm on the road. Like when I'm on business, I go by myself all the time. But I don't know. Or is it just a Netflix night? Is it like a mommy Netflix night? Or is it just I'm going to curl up on the couch with no bodies on me and eat buttery popcorn on my beige couch? And finish the rest of this chocolate chip cookie dough. And what am I going to have for dinner? I don't know. I might microwave a corn dog for myself. Throw in a microwave pizza. I've never had a microwave pizza. An oven pizza. Or maybe I'll get a delivery pizza. Maybe I'll really splurge and order a delivery. I don't know, people. Decisions. This is starting to rack my brain. I need advice. I need suggestions. Help me here. Help me here. Help me here. What I need to do. What do I need to do? I need to do, what can I, this is like a moment that we all dream of. Like we have a night to ourselves without husbands, without children, without any responsibility. What do we do? Sleep. Sleep. Drink. Drink and sleep. Drink, take an Ambien and sleep. Because that way you don't have to be like alert or awake for anything. Or do we go out by ourselves? Or do we, I don't know, like what else do we do? What do we do? I don't know. I've been super stressed all week. Super stressed. Just like I said, as you know, all the things that I've been celebrating today. Like, you know, I have a friend that's battling cancer. I have another, you know, my mom who's in the hospital or not anymore. And my husband who's, you know, dealing with job searches and going back to school. So I've been like super stressed. Have you ever noticed that, like, I don't know about you, but like I realized at one point that I was like this. And I had to I realized that I was like, wow, I'm so tense that my shoulder, I need to release and relax. Even after my yoga classes and everything, I'm like, wow, I'm really tense. Wanted to go to the chiropractor to get adjusted. Okay, but here's the funny part about it. We were here at the beach and had to go back to town because I had to take my kid, Enzo, my son, to gymnastics and to tutoring. And I drove all the way home and I called my husband. I'm like, I called my husband who was here at the beach. I said, I can't find his glasses anywhere. He's got to have his glasses for his tutoring session. He's like, yep, no, his glasses are here with your purse, which means I drove an hour and a half home, a good 70 plus miles with no driver's license, no cash, no credit cards, nothing. And I knew that I was going to be stuck in town for a couple of days without any of that stuff, which means I couldn't really be driving around a whole lot because if I got pulled over, I wouldn't have my driver's license. And I couldn't buy anything. I couldn't even buy gas. I didn't have anything. I didn't even have a like cash card to like get cash. I had no cash. I had no credit cards. I had no ID. And so I was like, all I had was like my key fob that had my gym pass on it. So yeah, it's scary when you don't have that stuff. And I was like, okay, like I can't drive anywhere outside of like where I absolutely positively need to be. And I hope I don't run out of gas going back to the beach, right? What a loser face that I completely forgot my whole purse. Like how does I don't even have a purse. It's more it's like a pillowcase. So yeah, that was stressful. But has that ever happened to you? Have you ever done that? But for an extended period of time where you've been without your wallet or been without your driver's license or your credit cards or whatever, maybe you had them stolen or maybe you just lost them or something like that. Well, I just kind of felt like, yeah, that they're back in my possession now. So I can actually go out now. I can go out. I can go out. What do you think the chances are that I'm actually going to do that? Wah, wah. Probably none. Okay, so here, let's put it to a vote. Should I eat the rest of this cookie dough raw or should I bake a few in the oven? Raw, bake. Raw, bake. Well, I don't know. I feel like I have to finish the rest of these crackers. Maybe I'll just like throw them on the floor. Maybe I'll just spill them on the floor. But you know what? That means I'm gonna have to clean it up. I know. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea. Like, look at that. I've got red wine on a low table and I don't have to worry about any children. Whoa! I don't have to worry about any children knocking them over. I don't have to worry about one of my kids like putting his hand in front of the screen. Woo, mom, have fun. Let me photobomb you, mom. La, 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 la. I don't have to worry about children like pawing all over me and jumping all over me. I'll probably miss that in the morning, but right now, not so much. Right now, I think I'm going to drink the rest of my wine. I'm going to eat the rest of my cookie dough, and I'm going to like celebrate my freedom for one night and celebrate all the amazing things that happened to me today and all the blessings that were bestowed upon me. Forget about my worries and forget about my cares. Oh, and my son got his. That's another thing. My son's going back to school next Friday. And he finally got his teacher assignments today. We just got our teacher assignments today. We're very excited that we're in the same class with a lot of our friends. Also, kind of sad that we're going to be without some of our friends because they were assigned to a different class. But that's okay. They'll still have recess together. But I think it's more than that. Like, I think it's more than that, like, just, like, I love the moms. Like, I love my son's friends because they're so awesome and sweet and cool. But, like, I love their moms. And so it's, like, when you find out that, like, a really good friend of your kids gets transferred to a different classroom, then you're like, oh, my gosh, I've lost that mom. No, we haven't lost that mom. You can still be friends with that mom, but there is a disconnect, right? There is a difference. See, Blair, you know you're here. Blair, we got the news today. What happened today? We found out our kids are gonna be in the same class again this year. Woohoo! 3 years in a row. Pre-K, K, and first grade. Our kids are gonna be together. I know. I'm so excited about it. I was just saying that, like, how it's sad that, like, when we finally get the assignments, we're really excited about those that we're actually going to be in the same class with because we love the fact that our children are going to be with some of their, you know, best friends. But then you're like, oh, the ones that the ones that get moved to a different class, you're like, oh, now that's sad because it's not just your kid, like, not losing that friend, but, like, that friend moves on. So does that mom. Like, you're like, oh, but she's one of my people. I know. Oh, I feel like moms were swapping stories about our teachers like we all did when we were kids. You know what? Like, I realize that I don't have a whole lot of control of where my kid gets assigned in terms of, like, the teacher. I just have to trust that, like, their kindergarten teacher recommends where they go, what teacher they go to in first grade, just by their learning styles and stuff, right? So, like, I have to trust that the kindergarten student is going to now, like, recommend the right student for first grade. So I'm not so much worried about that. Like, I just get worried about, like, what if his best friends get moved to the other class? And what if my best mommy friends get moved to the other class? That would be, like, tragic. But no. Not today, people. Not today, people. Because some of my my son's very best friends are still going to be in his class. And some of my very favorite mommy friends, Blair, whoop whoop, Heather, Dee Dee, are all going to be in our class, right? I know. So it's going to be good. I'm very excited about it. I actually know, like, zero. Like, it's funny because, like, a lot of these moms that are in, like, our school not only have had kids in the system, in our school system for a while, but they were kids themselves in the same school system or may have actually even been taught by these same teachers. And so they know so much about these teachers. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, well, I don't know. Right? Like, okay, I just got to trust that my kid's going to be in the right class because the teachers put them in there and whatever. And it's not like we can really refute it, right? Unless like the teacher comes at you with, like, a dagger or some kid, like, beats on you profusely or something. Like, we don't have any real say in where our kids go. So we just need to trust that it's going in the right direction. I know. So, but that's okay. So I trust in the system. I trust it's all gonna be fine. I'm just sad that we're losing some of my son's best friends, and I'm sad that I'm gonna be not losing, but, you know, like, you bond with the other parents in the classroom, right? I don't know. Oh, but I gotta tell you a story. Blair, my friend Blair, who's on right now, who's been one of our guest video VJs, is it? Okay, I'm dating myself. Hello, Miss MTV generation. Blair, Sparkling Red, Blair. I know that you're, like, a big Andre fan. I don't know if Andre has a Sparkling Red, but you need to try it. It's pretty yum. Blair texted me earlier this week. She's like, Susan, I gotta tell you this really funny story. So finally I hook up with her and she's like, this is the funny story. We're talking about having this party for some of the kids in the class. And yeah, Sparkling Red, Blair. I know, like, mind blown. I know. So she's like, I need to tell you a story. We're, as you know, we're, like, doing this party at school. We're going to have this, like, back to school party for the first graders or whatever. We're going to invite all the first grade classes. And when she knew that I couldn't make it. And so she's like, you know what? We're talking with the other moms about what we're going to serve and how we should probably serve the fruit on, like, toothpicks so that we don't actually have to serve it off of platters. Kids could just take toothpicks and blah, blah, blah. It'd be much easier. And the question came up, should we like soak it in vodka or rum or some sort of alcohol? And I'm like, well, you know, that might not go over real well with the whole, like everyone. Like there are some parents that are into that and some parents that may frown upon that. And because it was kind of like a back to school thing, like, you know, you're kind of teetering on that. What do we do? And her daughter came to her and said, well, Mom, I think you should totally do it. You know why? And she's like, why? She goes, because Miss Lacerda would totally love that. That's me. She's like, Miss Susan would totally love that. Mom, Miss Susan would love it. Miss Susan would totally like it. So not only am I known throughout the social media universe as the like crazy alcoholic wine drinking mom, but apparently now that news has filtered down to 6-year-olds. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because she's precious and I love her. And you know what? That's me. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm really not an alcoholic. Not officially. But I just really enjoy having a glass of wine with you all and celebrating our successes. Mostly the fact that we've survived a week, right? I enjoy my wine. I enjoy how it tastes. I enjoy tasting it with random things like gummy bears and fillet of fish sandwiches and cereal and cookie dough. And I enjoy tasting it with you and hearing about your week and how you guys are doing and your successes and your fails and, you know, things that you learned and things that can make me laugh, things that teach me things. Like I enjoy all of that. And so, yes, do I enjoy a glass of wine on a Friday night or, you know, a full moon or a Tuesday? Maybe. But you know what? We're moms and we got to do what we got to do to survive. I'm so glad that I have you guys all here to celebrate with our successes, laugh about our failures, have a cocktail, eat cookie dough, eat sandwiches, eat our kids' snacks. I'm so glad for all of that. Thank you guys for being such a great part of my support network. You enjoy a glass daily? Oh, you're Italian? Well, my husband's super Italian too. He's like off the boat Italian. And I force myself to not drink during the week. I say I'm not going to drink Monday through Thursday. I'm only going to drink after 5 o'clock on a Friday. So I'm like, literally, I'm like, it's 4:28. Yeah, it's 4:29. It's 4:45. Like, and now my friend's like, oh, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But I'm like, I know, but it's the principle behind it. My mind says, try to be good, try to be healthy, try to limit. Don't wait till 5 o'clock. Like seriously though, I was like with this, I was like this, waiting for the 5 o'clock whistle to blow. Don't care about the paycheck. I care more about the corks, right? But I'm an equal opportunity hydrator. I will drink beer. I will drink wines, champagnes. I will drink liquors. So yes, I will. So if any of y'all want to challenge me to another kind of tasting, whether it be a bourbon tasting or a beer tasting or whiskey tasting or pairing, totally down with that. You just need to throw me suggestions, right? So we've paired a lot of crazy stuff together, haven't we? So I gotta say that I think of my all-time favorites were probably cereal. The breakfast cereal was my favorite pairing ever. What was your favorite pairing that you may have joined or may have been with me live? I don't know. I think the breakfast cereals were my favorite. But there's always more to come. So I am open to suggestion. Let me know what you are going to challenge me. Throw a wine pairing idea at me, like pork rinds or sloppy joes. I don't know, something. So throw something at me that you want me to taste to pair with y'all on a Friday night. And again, it could be, or you can have me pair beers or pair whiskey, like I said. I am open to it. Throw me a challenge. Throw down, right? So, but on that note, y'all go and celebrate yourself. You celebrated a Friday. Find yourself a cocktail, something to celebrate your successes. Forget about the failures. Well, we don't even need to deal with that. That's in the past. Love y'all very much. Celebrate yourself. You're doing an awesome job. I love you and I believe in you. You rock. Nice butt. Talk to you later.